everyone! Welcome to Souped Up Recipes. Today, we're making 5-spice roast crispy chicken. Sounds good, right? This is definitely a killer recipe. I made a few little twists based on the original recipe. It turns out so crispy and incredibly delicious. So let's get started. First, let's make the 5-spice mixture. You will need 2/3 teaspoon of fennel seeds, 1 teaspoon of Sichuan peppercorn, 1 piece of star anise, 2 small little pieces of cinnamon, 1 small piece of cardamom. The chicken I used is very small, and you do want to split it in half if you are using a big cardamom. Besides the 5-spice, I will also add a piece of orange peel. The one I used is dry. You can use fresh ones if you want, but it will be a bit annoying to grind it, and it does smell a bit different. Blend them together. This is just the 5-spice that I mix it together. It is not the ones that you usually buy from the store. They smell differently, although you can use it, but it does lead you to a different result. Just be aware with that. Put this in a container and let's make a wet aromatic mixture. You will need a 1/4 cup of chopped red onion. Normally I will use shallot, but I don't have it now, so red onion should work okay. 3 cloves of garlic, 3 slices of ginger. Blend them as well. Add this into the spice mixture along with 2.5 teaspoons of salt. This is for 1.2 kilograms of chicken. You do need to adjust the saltiness amount based on how big the chicken is. 2 teaspoons of sugar, ½ teaspoon of MSG. This is optional. You don't need to add it if you don't like it. Give that a mix. I also like to add a drizzle of vegetable oil. It helps the spices infuse with each other. Make this into sort of paste, and that is going to be our marinade. Now, let's take care of our chicken. I'm not serving a big family, so I use a small chicken. It is about 2.7 pounds or 1.2 kilograms. Cut off the tip of the wings because they don't have that much meat and they are easy to burn. I'll just save it for chicken stock. Flip the chicken to breast side down. Right in the middle there is the backbone going through. Use scissors to cut along each side. It is going to take some force. Then the other side. By doing this, the chicken can be fully opened and able to lay flat. We are not going to use the backbone in this recipe, but you can save it for the stock as well. Open the chicken. Use a knife. Do a cut on each side of the soft cartilage that is above the breastbone. Break it open just like that. Do a cut on the other side and break it open as well. Now your chicken should be able to lay flat. In this way, it should be able to bake evenly. I just decided to cut off the chicken wings because it looks nicer in presentation this way and easier to bake. Take the spice mixture that we just made and apply it on the chicken. Give it a really nice rub. I like to put most of the seasoning on this side and use less seasoning on the skin side. We'll explain to you why later. Flip it over and do the skin side as well. Believe it or not, it's already smelled really good. Put this in a bag, squeeze out all the air, and we'll let it sit in the fridge overnight. This is the next day. Take it out and put it on a baking rack. I don't have a baking rack right now, so I lined up some chopsticks and I'm putting my chicken on it. Skin side up. This is the hot water that I just boiled. Pour it all over the chicken skin. You might be confused. Hey, you just washed all the marinade off. That is exactly what we are doing. Because I know you want the skin to be super crispy. If you don't wash off the marinade, all that spices is going to burn easily and ruin the skin. Also, a quick blanching will make the chicken skin shrink and become tight, which makes your chicken come out even more crispy. Get a clean pan. I rubbed it with some tin foil so it will be easier to clean later. Place some potato slices all over the bottom. The original recipe didn't have this. I did it because I found that the potato is kind of providing moisture and also absorbing moisture. So it keeps the chicken in a juicy texture. Check this. This is why I like to apply most of the seasoning on this side because we didn't wash it off. All those flavors along with the chicken fat are going to be sucking into the potatoes. It is going to taste so good. Dry the chicken skin with a paper towel. Brush a layer of oil. Make it nice and shiny. There's a little bit oil left, so I just brushed it on the potato. I just didn't want to waste it. Oh, by the way, make sure you cut the potato a bit thinner than what I did, because the potato that covered by the chicken are not as soft as the ones that are on the side. I did sprinkle a small amount of salt on the skin, because we just wash off most of the sodium. I used like a 1/4 teaspoon of salt here. It is up to you. If you think the saltiness is good enough, you don't need to do this. Get a sieve and dust a thin layer of all-purpose flour on the skin. This is another twist that I did on this recipe because if you don't have the flour, the skin does come out crispy, but it is also rubbery. The flour will create a thin layer of flakiness and it takes the chicken to another level. Make sure you do this evenly and don't put too much. I only use about a tablespoon of flour. Now your chicken is ready to bake. Preheat the oven to 360 degrees Fahrenheit. I use the bottom heat. Put the chicken in the middle layer of the rack and bake it for 50 minutes. This is 50 minutes later. Check out the chicken. I know it doesn't look that good at this moment. What you need to do is switch the heat to the top and we will give the skin a nice color. It will likely take about 10 to 15 minutes and you are done. That looks beautiful. I wish you can hear the sizzling and smell how good it is. Of course, the first thing you're gonna do is to take a fork and test how crispy it is. That is the original audio. Sorry about the noisy background, but still, it sounds amazingly crispy. I couldn't wait, so I took one leg off and served it with rice. We usually just grab the leg and eat it with your hands. But I figured out that it's not elegant enough in front of the camera, so I decided to use the fork and knife. Let's take a bite. The skin is so good. Look at that. Oh my god. This is so good. So crispy, full of flavors. You know, some roasted chicken, it looks really good on the outside, but the inside the meat tastes so plain. This is nothing like that. The flavors are perfectly infused with every part of the chicken meat. And yes, it's so juicy. Let's try the potatoes. Oh my god. The potatoes, they are the real bomb. It has a little crust on the outside. So soft, savory in the inside. Oh my god. It's just so good. This is like a perfect dinner meal. You got the chicken, you got a potato, served with rice. I mean, what else you can ask for? Go ahead and give this a try soon. If you did, leave me a comment and let me know how it went. As always, the recipe is in the description box down below the video. You can go check that out. If you like Chinese food, please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any episode. If you want to know more about me or support me, check out my Patreon link. It's right there. And I'll see you next time. Bye!